Is it okay if I tell the story that Esther wanted me to tell?
Certainly.
Yeah, so I, years ago when, long before Esther, I lived with a girl in, in El Paso, and she was a Miss, something West Texas kind of person.
Wait, Esther's coming out of trance.
So anyway, she'd tell me all these stories of all these guys who had abused her and beat her up and thrown her around and blacked her eyes and bruised her, and she had all that to prove it. And we lived together a very short time, but I never ever beat up a woman, and I really wanted to beat her up. I mean, I really wanted to hurt her and hit her a lot. And so instead, I just kicked her out. So then she went off and found another guy, and of course, and then I got a call one day. Oh, Jerry, she's just crying and crying. He's going to kill me, and what am I going to do? How you got to save me? This guy, he's just this horrible man, and please come and save me. He took the car, and so I raced over and we loaded all her stuff in the car, and I said, let's get out of here before he gets back. And she says, wait a minute, and she runs back in, and I'm running in behind her, and she gets her lipstick out of the purse, and I'm not going to say what she wrote on his mirror, but I said, come on. She's just insisted on him chasing her so he'll beat her up again. My point is, there's no way I could ever argue with her that she was attracting that to herself, but it was really clear for somebody like me who don't typically beat up nice girls that she really makes you want to. But anyway, I just thought I'd just throw that there.
And so it brings a new light to the phrase, you have it coming. Well, law of attraction is talking about that, isn't it? In other words, she certainly didn't deserve it, and she certainly didn't want it, but it certainly did become her pattern of expectation. In other words, law of attraction says that like is drawn into itself. And so when, by whatever reason, you're in a situation where you are having these strong kind of experiences, it's hard to get beat up without noticing that you're being beat up, and it's hard to not feel beaten. And so as you offer that vibration, then law of attraction just brings you more of it. And so the question is, how can I stand in a situation that is less than what I want and not continue to offer the vibration about what it is? And we want to say to you that the predominant reason is because most people offer most of their vibration in response to what they are observing. You've just gotten so enamored by physical reality. You want to historically document it. You make monuments about it. You take pictures of it. You do everything that you can do in order to preserve your past. And in doing so, you teach yourself to observe what is, so that almost all of your vibrational offering is about your observance of what is. Well, if all or nearly all of your vibrational offering is about what is, and you want something different, but law of attraction is responding to what you're offering, then what is doesn't change very much, does it? So it's different places, different faces, but essentially the same point of attraction continues to occur. So what you finally have to decide is, how can I offer a different vibration under these conditions? How can I live the action journey that I seem to be upon, but take a different emotional journey? How can I offer a vibration that's different than what currently is manifesting? Because if you can't, nothing much will change. And if you can, everything can change. So it's a matter of making a decision that I will offer a different vibration, but then you have to do it by letting something else be the reason that you are focusing. Don't focus because it's true. Focus because it feels good. Don't focus because it is. Focus because you want something specific. In other words, let your focus follow your desire. And most of all, Don't try to do it all at once. Just let it get a little better and a little better and a little better and a little better and a little better until before you know it, it's really, really good and getting a little better and a little better and a little better, but it's really, really good and getting better and better and better and better and better, but it's really, really good and getting better and better and better and better and better. And people who are watching you will wonder what your magic is, and in your wisdom you may explain to them, I stopped looking at what is and started looking forward to what I preferred, and what I preferred then became what is. Then what? When what I prefer is what is, now do I just look at what is? Well, it's a better time to look at what is when you like it. So sift through, be a selective sifter, and look at what is, but choose the parts of what is that feel best. So if you decide to look at the best of what is, now more of what is will begin to look more like the best of what is, and you don't even have to use your imagination. Or you could ignore what is altogether, get really delusional, paint pictures of things that you really want, and create a whole new life. In other words, the universal resources will follow the vibration of your thoughts. So whether you're dreaming it, whether you're making it up, whether you're selectively sifting, it doesn't matter where you get your data. Pick a good movie that you really like, that you'd like to live, and watch it every single day, and before you know it, you'll be offering a vibration like it, you see. That was good. That was really good. Now what?
I do have one more question.
Yes.
It's related to this. It's about visualization as a technique for healing.
Visualization is taking something into more and more specific.
This is what I was wondering about it.
Since every subject is two subjects, wanted and lack of wanted, if we were standing in your physical shoes, we would be certain that we were on the good feeling end of the stick before we would become more specific, as in visualization, or more specific as in affirmation. Okay. Do your affirming from your state of alignment, and do your visualization from your state of alignment. Don't use either one to try to get into alignment, because it will backfire on you.
That's very helpful. Thank you.
Yeah. You recognize that, don't you? And in simple terms, you could call it just trying too hard. Right. Trying to compensate for how I really feel with words and action.
As you were talking, something that occurred to me is that it's almost like, having the issue disappear would be kind of a pat on the back. Oh, well, there, you did the right things.
Validation.
Validation, being right.
But that justification and validation, here's the thing. This is the piece that is new to this discussion, that is the piece that all of you are looking for. Yeah. If you can let the validation, if you need it, and it's all right, if you can let it be the emotional response, then you can get there fast and you can stay there long. If you need the validation to be the all the way manifest, in other words, let's look at this vibration of desire that you want to turn into a full-fledged manifestation that you can see and hear and smell and taste and touch. But if you're needing that too soon in the game, you can't get there. If you can let the good feeling be what you're looking for, you can get there fast, and you can maintain that long. And once you get the hang of that, then the rest must follow. But if you demand this before you've got this, if you demand the manifestation, if you demand the changed condition before you've got the unconditioned, which is what we're calling the emotion, then you don't get there. Did you follow that? So let us just ask you some questions. Is it easier for you, from where you stand right now, to deposit $10 million in your bank, or to find a thought that feels good around the subject of prosperity? Which is easier, the emotion or the manifestation?
The emotion.
Which is likely to happen this afternoon?
The emotion.
The emotion or the manifestation?
The emotion.
So what we want you to hear from us is, if you can make the emotion the big deal that it is, if you can make it the prize, because it represents connection to all of the resources, if you can let that be what you're reaching for, because you can get it now, 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 you can get so good that you can stay pretty steadily there all the time. And when you're not, it's not a big deal. You can get back there. You can become expectant of feeling good. And when you are expectant of feeling good, then those manifestations will follow. So here's the trap that you think we just put you in. If you need the change in the condition in order to feel good, it's slow in coming, if ever. If you can feel good anyway, then the condition will come. Well, Abraham, do you want us to have the condition or not? Yes, we want you to have the condition. We want you to have the full-blown manifestation. Yes, yes, yes. We're just telling you how to get it.
Yeah.
Yes, 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 we want you to have the physical improvement. Yes, we want you to have big piles of money. Yes, we want you to have all of those manifestations. We just want you to find the uncondition of it first. Then the condition must follow. But if the condition must be before it is, now you're looking right at the lack of it. So what's the vibration that you're offering? The lack of it. But when you're finding the emotion of it, what you're looking at? The fullness of it. Can you feel the difference?
Yeah.
It's big. It's what deliberate creating is. It's the difference between those masters that you have revered in all subjects. Those who accomplish the things that you are wanting to accomplish have discovered this. And it feels like a paradox to you. It feels like a contradiction. It sounds like we're saying, if you don't want it, then you'll get it. But that's not what we're saying at all, because your desire is in place. So what we're saying is, if you can surrender your resistance of your desire, then it must come. If you say, I want it so bad it hurts, that's not a good sign. If you say, when I think about it, I am joyful, oh, that's such a good sign.
Okay.
When you say, when I think about it, I'm just frisky, that's such a good sign. When I think about it, I worry, not a good sign.
Yeah.
Good.
And I feel like I'm mostly in that direction.
Yeah.
And that feels really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You only have to be about 51, 49 in order to be moving toward what you want. When you get up around 60 or 70, you're the happiest person that almost anybody knows. When you're feeling good most of the time, you're rocking it. People are looking at you and saying, hey, you've got way more than your fair share of all the good stuff. That's what they'll say to you. Hey, how come all the good stuff comes to you? All of it doesn't, just my fair share. What's your fair share? All that you have the ability to let in, that's your fair share. Good.
Thank you.
Yeah.